Hello, visionary, and welcome to day 2 of your human design discussion, the leading edge discussion, human design. I want to thank you all so much for participating in our drawing. I do have 2 names for you today that are going to win the drawing. And the way people were entered into the drawing, there's still time because we still have day 3. The way people were entered into the drawing is by requesting or referring either the Facebook group. Thank you, Davidian. Thank you so much. Yay, you can hear me. So either referring the Facebook group to a friend or sharing the live stream if there's somebody you know that's interested or you feel like human design would really help them. And then all of the names went on our Excel spreadsheet. Also, if you commented on Instagram, there was a lot of ways to get entered into the drawing. And then we put you in an Excel spreadsheet. Today, I'm going to choose 2 names at the end of the live stream today. And you still have time for next week if you didn't enter the drawing. So if you are here live, please say hello and let us know where you are tuning in from today. If you are listening to the replay, please type in #replay so that we can welcome you and support you. So let us know also if you're jumping in, and welcome to Instagram. If you're if you are jumping in, please let us know where you are tuning in from so we can check in. We want to know, how hot are you? Is it hot where you are? Let us know. Let us know. We look forward to connecting with you. Oh, good. There we are. Hey, Michelle, tuning in from New Jersey. Oh my God. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me tell you a little bit about, hey, hello, is it hot? Oh, Peter, is it hot where you are? It's pretty hot here. Oh, for sure, it's hot. Okay, so thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for everybody who shared. I really, really do appreciate it, because that's really how, as a projector, we spread a little bit of our intel, is through recognition and invitation. Hey there. Hey, Surya. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here live. I'm so happy to have you guys live. I know it's summer and there's all sorts of fun competing things for summer, so I'm so happy that you are here and ready to dive into the communications and the experience that we're going to have today. Because the way I do my work, I call spiritualized human design, is because we move through the energy and we bring forward the information on human design. We do both. So I got a lot of feedback from a lot of you about last week's live. And I talked about the history of human design and Ra Urahu, and really asked the question, is Ra Urahu a guru, or is Ra Urahu a god or a fraud, right? And so many people place him up on a pedestal. And so, not that I want to take him down from the pedestal, but I want to make him a human and show that a lot of the things that he talked about are amazing and some of the things are not. But here's what's really important, and what I really, really, really need to stress for you guys. Hey, Nikki, hello. Hello from Niagara Falls. Welcome. Hey, Rick. Good to have you. Hey, Lucille, you made it. My peeps are jumping on. Awesome to have you guys. So we talked a lot about Ra Urahu, and what I really want to talk about today, because I got so much feedback and so many comments, and this is really, really important, is that so many varying different teachers are speaking about human design right now. And so the point is, what I'm seeing is that a lot of people that are new to the information are getting confused, because teachers will come out and say, this is truth and this is bullshit. And it really is important for me as a leader in this industry. I am a human design teacher. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Raquel. I'm here with my partner, Davidian Lion. we're both human design. Davidian's a human design guide. I'm a human design teacher. And we help people to embody this knowledge. And we embody the knowledge through really utilizing all of the tools that we integrate, including the spiritual psychology pieces and including energy work. And through the experience, I've really come to understand. Hold on. I need to make sure I have my what's going on here. Do we need to block some people? So if you guys make one more comment, I'm just gonna block you. So I can't even read all the comments, but please don't spam. Thank you. You can just leave if this isn't a topic you're interested in. So a lot of my clients, and by the way, can you guys type in where you are tuning in from so we can move through some of this spam that just popped in so I don't have to spend my time deleting it all. So raw or who? Okay, so you need to be blocked. Richmond, thank you, Nikki. Hey, Shani, thank you guys so much. I'm just gonna go ahead and block it. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Hey, Tina. So sorry. There's it takes so much to block a spammer. Thank you, spammer, for making me feel so special. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, upstate New York and Iowa. Awesome in the house. Awesome. Okay, thank you guys. I love you. Thank you. Okay, so back to the content. Back to the point at hand here. A lot of my clients were emailing me, commenting, texting me about last week's commentary for the live event. And one of the things we were talking about was a video that she had seen about a teacher commenting on Ra Urahu that he was full of shizzle around certain topics of human design. And one of them was she was saying that she didn't really believe in type. And then the person or that type was wrong, or the defined and undefined was wrong, but yet everyone's a manifesting generator, 95% of the people. I mean, it was just so much information. And I'm not going to say that she was wrong or that she did anything wrong. But what I'm going to say is that any teacher that stands up, she said she did scientific experiments to decide whether the defined or undefined had validity. And she is a professor, and she's a smart, beautiful woman. And I don't want to give her name or any of the video or anything like that, but I do need to comment on it. And the person interviewing was like, oh, for all of you who are really into human design and you're really into type, have an open mind and see things from a new perspective. And the point is that this person doesn't know about human design, so they didn't really understand what she was saying. And there was a lot of contradicting information that she was putting out in this video. And she was also saying that in the end, it's not about the scientific experiment, it's about the personal experiment. However, she said that after already making a lot of claims about certain things being provable and certain things not being provable. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you are a teacher and you're going to be talking about human design, okay, if you are out there and you're a leading edge industry leader, which hopefully I'm speaking to some of you, and those of you who are learning it, I know that you will be, because I have a lot of amazing students that are here that are learning it and experimenting with it. It's just important to stand in the knowledge of human design without tearing down what you don't believe in. Okay. And there's a reason for this. So I'm sorry, but if you are not a projector, you don't understand what it's like for the projectors. Almost every single projector I have ever spoken to, okay, I've ever spoken to says that they do not have the energy to keep up. And if you don't know this about your type and you don't know how to respond and you don't know how to really get the recognition for the invitation and for the energy, you suffer. Now, you can go to the doctors, you can get tested, you can have your blood tested, you can do all the things, and they are not going to be able to figure it out. And if this is 100% was my truth, and I came to human design and I had confusion around type is BS or everyone's in this or everyone's in that or whatever it is that people are saying, I wouldn't have been able to do my own experiment to see what's true for me. So I really needed to experiment with what was true for me. So now whatever I hear out on human design, I will say, let me try that on in my personal laboratory of my own life and my own experiment to see if that is true for me. But I don't then turn around and say what you are saying is BS, because it's possible that all the other information she says is accurate for her and for her people. She's having transformations with her people. And the point I'm trying to say is, if anybody's telling you what Ross said during the PHS or the environment isn't true, well, they didn't experiment with it, because you really can't say something's true or not true. You just can't. In human design, it goes against the entire foundation of what human design is. Human design is a living, breathing experiment. So all you can really say is this worked for me or this didn't work for me. Okay? This worked for me or this didn't work for me. What happened for you? And empower your students to try it on. Okay, and see, because if you're, and the way Richard Rudd does it, he took human design, then he lifted it up and provided a new perspective just on the gates. But then people say, well, what about type? So he doesn't say type's bullshit. He says you get to a point where you transcend the type. Maybe that's true. Maybe a generator, manifesting generator can transcend the type, and maybe a projector can too. I don't know, but that's fair to say. And that's how Richard Rudd did it. And I think it's just really important to understand this so that we as teachers and anyone who's learning this information doesn't get confused. Does that make sense to you guys? So when you're out there and you're learning about human design, you need to be the experiment. You need to be the laboratory. You need to be the person who's like, well, let me experiment with my diet. Does it change my life? Because for me, diet 100% changed my life. Motivation changed my life. And these are some areas that people, and even including my human design teacher, said it was bullshit. So I didn't listen to him because I needed the shift, and I got it. And that's the encouragement I want to give to all of you. So with that said, today I am going to be talking about a controversial topic, okay? A controversial topic in human design, which is the variable. Now, variable is where we see the arrows. So everybody who's here live, do you know what variable is? Just put yes or no in the chat. Michelle says, absolutely. I never take anything at face value. The experiment has totally changed my life. It's so personal. It's so personal. And I think sometimes people say, that's bullshit and my way is the truth, is because it helps their business. I mean, it's just bottom line. That's one way to gain business. I know something that no one else knows. I'm an OG original gangster with human design, and so I know this. And so it gives them some kind of credibility to push people down. It's not necessary. You can lift everybody up, yes, and like what Richard does in the Gene Keys. And that's a way to completely see things from a new perspective and yet still honor where you came from and honor the foundation of human design. So today we're going to be talking about variable, and where variable comes from is the arrows, and it starts with the base tone and the color. Okay, so now what's really, really important around variable is that variable is the piece in human design that has to do with manifestation. Now, this is really, really important. That is something I didn't really understand. Now, there's one more piece about human design that I want to explain to you guys. So, the way I understood and the way human design came through in my life was that I was in a place of pure desperation. I wanted to get out of corporate and I wanted to have my own career, but everything I did, I pushed, I tried, I took all the classes, I did all of the online high-end courses, and everything I tried just flopped. So I pushed and flopped and pushed and flopped. And I was like, what's wrong with me? I've done everything. And somehow I managed to get to human design. I realized I was a projector. And I followed the experiment. I said, you know what? I'm going to take on this 7-year experiment and I'm going to really do it because I am desperate. I'm desperate to understand what's going on here. So what happened was I would study, and then the universe would bring me in an experience that confirmed what I was learning. So I would be experimenting with something like, for example, the defined and the undefined centers, which is why I know that's so true. You also cannot claim MG or generators, or you can't claim type if you don't understand the undefined and defined centers. So when that woman was talking about no type, I mean, the undefined centers and divine centers don't hold up in her scientific experiment, but then she is talking about manifesting generators. It's like, lady, I love you, but, and what you're saying may be true, but you're also contradicting, because you cannot have an MG without understanding the defined and undefined sacral. Okay, so when you are experiencing this stuff, and for me, I absolutely would walk into a room and feel the undefined and defined center. Absolutely, 100%. I could feel generators, MGs. Then when I started to learn channels, I'd walk in a room and be like, oh my God, that's the battle of the king and the queen. And I could feel them battling around the ego. And so I was having these experiences through the undefined and defined centers, through being a projector in my world. And it was confirmations. It was outrageous. It just blew my mind. Elpida says, yes, I use HD in feng shui, and I ask, do you insert HD trait? So that's beautiful. That's amazing. Yeah. Do you insert HD trait? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, Tina, you don't? Okay, well, that's what we're going to talk about today. And yes, you know variable. Okay. And Michelle says, I experimented with my emotional wave. My mind was blown. I actually felt my low wave leaving. It's so awesome, right? It's mind blowing when you do that. It's mind boggling when you really allow for the experiment. Like, so then the next layer for me was, okay, I'm going to experiment with being a projector. I'm going to experiment with this. Then Raw says that's above the surface, and then beneath the surface is the base tone and the color. Okay, the base tone and the color. So then I began to experiment with my diet and my motivation. If you want to have mind blown, that's the next level of experiment, because when I found out I was innocent, it really meant nothing to me until one day I was explained that the reason you don't understand innocence is because of the transference. It's like living in the opposite world of who you are, which what I did my whole life. I lived as an MG my whole life and pushed and shoved, ran like crazy until I fried and burned out. So desire was moving through my system, which is the transference of innocence, okay? And I began to see the more I pushed, can you guys still hear me? The more I pushed with desire, the worse my life got. The worse it got. Oops. So, I began to realize that inspiration for motivation was so important. So, so important. Connie says, I helped my friend today to remind her to wait for an emotional wave to settle. Ah, so huge. So huge, right? Okay, thank you, Davidian, because somebody just said they can't hear me, but it might be on their end. Okay, good. So what I'm going to talk about today is this thing called variable. Now, this is so interesting. So variable has to do with the left and the right and the way in which the arrows are operating. Okay? So when you look at a chart, you see, and by the way, I am pulling a name of two, I have two winners for the drawing. And we're going to do that at the end today. So 2 of you are going to win, and I'm giving away some really great prizes. So you are going to want to hang on to the end to win. So when you look at the base tone and the color, it shows you so many things. The tone is underneath, and it shows you almost like where you're clairvoyant, what your clairs are. I attribute the tone to all of the clairs because it's like feeling is clairsentient, right? So there's the olfactory, which is the smell. And it's basically, well, the way Ra explains it is your superpower turns on with tone. Your superpower turns on when you're living correctly. The tone turns on. So when you eat correctly, once you're eating in the right way, then you enter into the right environment for the body. The body is the red side of the chart, that physical vehicle. The physical vehicle needs to be in the right environment. And the right environment is, imagine when you're in the wrong environment. Okay, when you're in the wrong environment, you can't see things straight. Have you ever been in a place that just felt so wrong? And so then nothing happens. You have trouble manifesting. You don't bring in the right people. And if you're living in the wrong place, sometimes you push against and nothing works for you. And if you just went into the right environment, things would start to align a little bit better. Well, then the next area you have is the view, how you see the world. What do you see? What do you see that makes you different in the way you perceive things? Remember, we're not all here to see the world in the same way. We're here to honor and get excited about different perspectives and views, right? Isn't that crazy? I see your perspective is different from mine. I love you and I honor your perspective. I don't need to fight with you or hate you or block you or cancel you, right? Then the next level is the motivation. And the motivation is all based on standing in your truth and not your transference. Okay. So now the next thing we know is that the diet, the environment, the view, the motivation. And if you're new to this and this isn't making any sense to you, just stay with me and kind of see if something pops. This is kind of advanced information, so just kind of go with it. If you don't understand something, I'm going to stay for questions. So when you look at the color is the diet, the environment, the view, and the motivation. Okay? But the right and the left arrow is going to tell you what the tone is. 1, 2, and 3 are left. 4, 5, and 6 are to the right. Okay? So the arrows do affect how that environment's going to operate, how that diet's going to operate. But when you take the color away, and I want you to think of this in terms of systems and fractal geometry, okay? So in quantum physics, in fractal geometries, no matter where you look, it's what's called infinitely complex and self-similar. So fractals, if you've seen the Mandelbrot set, you zone in, you zone in, you zone in, and all of a sudden you see the whole in the smallest part. So they show this in nature as well, and it's a really interesting idea that contained within the smallest part is the whole, kind of like our DNA, right? So if a DNA code, if you drop a little teeniest little fraction DNA, I mean, seriously, the things they can figure out with DNA now, no one's going to get away with any crime ever again with the DNA, right? So the little teeniest speck of DNA shows you the entire person, right? So the way I understand human design is no matter where you look, which part you look at, you're going to see yourself contained therein. So it doesn't matter where you look, but I'm foundational. I like to start in the beginning. So those of you in my classes, you can see when I take you step by step by step how deep you know the information. And I know some of you are in my level 2 right now. I see, Nikki and Lucille, you guys understand how when you really go from the beginning to the middle and you do the step-by-step progression, it's like you know this stuff, right? This piece is another little piece that I'm going to break it down for you really simply, but I'm trying to explain that it's an infinite piece of the self-similar. It's going to explain you, but it's advanced. And at the same time, I'm going to break it down simply, even though it's out of context. Okay, so when you take the color away and you just look at the 4 arrows, so when you hear people say, like PLR, DLR, right? What they're talking about is just the conversation around the arrows, just those 4 arrows. So what happens with the 4 arrows combination is that it connects you to the people with those 4 arrows in a totally different way. So Davidian is an emotional generator and I am a splenic projector. So we are very different. Okay? We are very, very different in a lot of ways. Yet we have the same 4 arrows. And we process and see the world the same based on those 4 arrows. Now, there are 16 different combinations of the 4 arrows. And when you just look at the 4 arrows and you take away the color, you see a combination of the 4 very uniquely and very different than anything else in your chart. You see the combination of when the body and the view and the mind are either going to the right, to the left. You have 2 that are right, 2 that are left, all right. Or there's like the combination in the middle where you're going both ways and it's kind of ADD, like I'm going to the left, I'm going to the right. So each one of the 4 is like a connection to your people in a brand new, exciting way. It's very, very exciting. So if you know my work, then you know that I like to show this stuff on Zoom, where I go in, I do my PowerPoint, I show my slides, and I invite you into a class where I take you into the class laboratory and I show you, we look at your charts and we go really deep. How many of you would like to go into a classroom style to learn about variable? Just type a yes or a no in the chat box if you would like to come into a classroom environment where it's on Zoom and I can show your chart and I can show you, because it really helps when you can see the pictures. Does that sound fun? Yes, Elpida? Yes, Tina? Okay. So, type a yes if you're listening in live and you would like to jump into this class. I know some of you are not on this platform. You guys are all on different platforms. But let us know if you would like to jump in. Yes, 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 yes. Ah! Okay, good. So, here's what I'm going to do. The next event, so this is a 3-day training. The 3rd day is going to be in a Zoom class. Okay. Now, that's going to be the kickoff to a 2-month course on manifestation. It's a 2-month course. Now, this first kickoff is going to be your introduction. It's going to be free. Everybody can come in. But if you want to stay in to the 2-month course, then there is an investment. And we're going to go very deep in why variable is needed for manifesting and what manifesting is through your human design. So there's one area where you really get to live in the manifest, in the experiment. Then we have people, what I've seen is people get into the experiment and they think to themselves, oh, I'm a projector, so I can't make any money. So they get into the experiment and then they have an excuse for not really moving into their business. Now, mind you, I did have to dismantle a lot of things to begin making money as a projector, but I never ever bought into the belief that I needed to be broke in order to live my experiment. Same thing with the spiritual community, where some people do the spiritual override, they give away their stuff, and then they end up being unable to do this work and they have to go back and get a job. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you really embody this work and you want to be in your abundance, you have to know how to integrate the human design with the manifestation tools. And the kickoff on this is this variable piece and the manifestation. So we're stepping into lots of money, living your design. That means that you do not have to hustle, you do not have to overwork, and you can be in your truth. Some people's truths are they love to work and be in that flow, and some people need more downtime, time to like go into the sauna during the day, take a bath, do self-care, right? You never bought into it either, Michelle? I know. We're here to be in abundance, okay? To be in abundance. Now, in order to get your entry into this variable course is through my mastermind, okay? It's through my mastermind. The mastermind is the monthly course, and I'm going to take you guys through the 2-month course on variable through the mastermind. The first 2 months are going to be variable. Now, everyone is invited to the first class to get familiar with the experience and how it's going to work. However, some of you are ready to dive in right now and you're like, give it to me, Raquel, because I want to know how to manifest. I want to learn how to live my design. Now, when you enter into the mastermind, we take you through also very high level coaching, so that you can learn, how do I have a life, a career, a job as myself, or how do I step into the relationship? How do I step into the world that I really want to create? So I'm going to give you guys a link right now. There's 2 links, okay? First of all, there's 2 things I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the link to my free workshop. And the reason why I did this is because I just wanted to pre-give you the links for everything. So there's the free workshop. Uh-oh, that did not come out right, did it? Darn it. Let's see. Will you guys let me know if you can click on those links? So there's the free workshop, which is completely free. And to get into the first variable class, where we're going on Zoom, I'm going to look at everybody's charts and I'm going to connect with each and every one of you. That everybody's welcome to do that. And those of you who are in my level 3 class and you want to jump into that and you don't want to commit to the mastermind right now, I'm still going to take you through that introduction. So everybody who said yes, I'm going to invite you in to that introduction. I'm going to have to, I will send it to you via Facebook Messenger. And okay, so this is a little confusing because our links got a little messed up because we had a little computer crash this week. So, would you like the introduction? Okay, perfect, Nikki. All right, so, hey, can you just test for me if those links you can click on them? Because the way I have them posted, it doesn't look like you can click on those links. So I want to be able to like give you guys, there's two things that you can get right now. Okay. If you are interested in jumping in to the full course on, let me do this again. Okay. Here is the full course on variable. For those of you who are committed and ready and want to manifest by design, I'm going to go through every single piece of variable as part of this experience, and it's going to be so powerful. It's the way in which you see the world, why you may see things certain ways, why it is you have trouble manifesting, and you're going to get personal attention, high-end level coaching. I'm going to have an introduction where everybody is going to learn their variable. I need to get your chart. I need to get your birth details. I'm going to get everybody's chart, and we're going to do the introduction. And in order to grab that, I think the best way to do that is to everybody, I think the best way to do it is everybody who enters into the free gift, I'll send it to you. Okay. So, sorry, we got a little bit of confusing links. So let me send you the, hold on, guys. We're going to organize this. Here is the free gift. So this free gift kind of gives you a little introduction of what the mastermind is like. Only this new part of the mastermind is going to be the variable. I think when I invite you all into the free introduction course, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because when I use my PowerPoint and I show you the details and the step-by-steps, it will make so much more sense. So everybody who logs into this free gift is going to also get an invitation to the introduction. Now, for those of you who are ready to invest in themselves, let me explain what you're going to get. The mastermind is an investment that allows me to support you very deeply and very powerfully in your experiment and in your manifesting. It allows me to take your hand and really assist you in discovering what it is in your chart that you might need to really embody to stand in your strength and in your core in order to really create and move through the resistance that you might have in your life. It's high-end coaching, and the first experience with it, if you decide to do the mastermind, you get a series of replays, a series of recordings that take you through the depth of manifestation and materialization through the scientific discoveries of law of attraction in your human design chart. I know a lot of people do not talk about this, and a lot of people are not really understanding how to be in their truth as their human design and still stand in that level of manifesting. It's a really powerful place to be in. And I think that some people also are wondering whether they have the human design knowledge in order to embody what they need to know about their human design chart. So that's why when you decide to do the mastermind, by the way, it's an intimate experience. When you first join, I'm going to do a one-on-one coaching experience with you. Okay, so we're going to look at your chart. We're going to find out, what are you working on? Are you working on the health piece? Are you working on the relationship piece? Are you working on the business piece? Where are you and what do you need support with? So if you want more information on how we're going to embody the variable piece into this mastermind, please reach out to me. I would love to connect with you and discover if this is right for you and see if this is the journey that you want to go on, because it's powerful, it's game changing, and it really, really, truly helps people's and transforms people's lives. You giving a shout out? I can personally, and the mastermind has been a game changer for me. After being in my experiment almost 4 years and studied various HD courses, nothing has been as life changing as this. Oh my god, I love you. I love you. Okay, let me show her chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody who's here. So there's a lot of little pieces to this, okay? If you're like, I need to get this kind of support, I need this kind of support, then reach out to me via email. Let me put it in here. If you have questions, now, this variable is new even for my mastermind. So the variable piece is something we've not gone over. So everybody who's in my mastermind right now is going to get this variable piece for free. The first introduction to the variable is going to be for everybody who comments yes in this chat and in the replay. So wherever you are, if you're listening on YouTube, I know I've got this live going in a couple of different places. So if you are listening on Instagram, just type in yes. I see a couple people still on Instagram. Just type in yes, and I will send it to you via Instagram. We'll see how that goes. If I can, anyone ever seen them? Oh, hold on. See if I can't. Okay, so if you're on Instagram, it's really hard for me to get the Instagram comments, but gosh darn it. All right, so if you're on Instagram and you comment yes. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, it's going to be really hard for me to comment back to you, so you're going to have to email us. So let's see. Should the link be on the Facebook chat? Okay, so the link, yes, it should be on the Facebook chat. It's on the Facebook chat. Or just wait for the follow-up email with the replay. No, the link is here. So what I'm doing, so there's 2 links, okay? One, you don't see it. Okay, let me get it again. So let me give you the mastermind link. Here. So if you're on YouTube, it's really hard to email you back. So KI can't post comments to some destinations. Huh. Okay. So what you got for the Mani-Gen and undefined sacral? We got so much, Jackie. So much. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do is, if you guys can't figure it out, just email us at support@raquelreina.com. My team is available. What you want to do is either comment, if you email us at support@raquelreina.com, you can either comment, I want to join the mastermind, or I want the free introduction. Okay? I want to join the mastermind, I want the free introduction, and any comments that you have. The mastermind's an investment. It's no joke. You get high-end support. And I'm going to, did you get that, Lisa? Did you get the link? Because I posted it again. Do you not see it? So did you see the email? So crazy. It says that comments aren't coming through. So Lisa, and I see you on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and you comment yes, I can also PM you. But when you're on YouTube, it's very hard for me to directly message you. You still don't see the link. Okay. So in order to get in, if you don't see the link, just email us, support@raquelreina.com. I put that in the chat also, but it may not be showing up because I changed the screen so that it was vertical, and I noticed that it's working. Okay, so awesome Instagram. Okay. I see Keely, Kesmet, sports, hypnosis, Perth, hello. I see peace healers. Awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, this is so exciting. All right. So those of you who just comment yes, and I can PM you on Instagram or Facebook. Thank you, Kirsten. You're the best. I love you. I love you. I'm going to PM you guys all the details. The introduction's free. Everyone's invited. The mastermind is an investment, but worth every single penny of it. The investment, you're going to get the support from me. You're going to first get your one-on-one so I can onboard you. I'm giving you bonus materials of 5 of the classes that we just did, which include deep dive meditations, ways to shift your consciousness around money, business tools. I have a lot of people who run spiritual businesses and launching, and I support them with that as well by knowing their design and integrating the spiritual manifestation pieces. So it's a really powerful experience, and I would love to take you through the journey. The first variable class is going to be in addition to the mastermind. It's going to be, all my mastermind people are coming to that too. It's free for them, but it's in addition. So it's going to be an extra bonus class. So it's not going to be during the mastermind times. So it's rich, it's deep, and everyone's invited to that introduction. Okay. So let's do our drawing. Okay, let's do our drawing. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm really hoping that I'm going to get these comments on Instagram so I can, let me see, I'm going to take a screenshot just in case they don't show up, because I'm still kind of new on doing it on Instagram. Okay. Thanks, you guys, for being patient with me. Are you ready for the drawing? So the way you guys went into the drawing is that, oh, darn it. Okay, the way you guys got into the drawing is by recommending people into our Facebook group. And I want to tell you, like, how powerful that is for me, that you guys were willing to share and recommend our Facebook group. So I want you to know that I'm going to do another drawing for the introduction, and I have the names of the winners. I don't see these people here, but you can reach out to me. Okay, so let me tell you what you're going to win, because you can still enter the drawing. I am giving you a module of your choice from one of my high-end certification courses. This would be the Dream Raid, This could be the diet, the environment, the view, the motivation. It could be rave cosmology. It could be in one of my certification courses. So it's literally the things that people are paying high-end value for, and you can choose. You can choose which module you want. You don't get the whole course, but you will get you will get one module. 2 people are winners, and I'm going to choose them right now. If you want to go in the drawing for next week, all you have to do is you can share on Instagram or tag tag us, or if you're in the Facebook group, just recommend the Facebook group to a friend, and we put you in the drawing. Okay? So I have 2 winners here. This was done randomly. So the first one is Sean Hadley. Sean Hadley, are you here? The second one, and I know that you're listening to the recording because I remember you mentioning this to me, is Ina Zena. Ina Zena and Sean Hadley, congratulations on the drawing. And for those of you who would like to enter still and win one of those amazing modules, you can still share the Facebook group and or yay! All right. So put on your calendar next Tuesday, because I got to give everybody the Zoom link. Next Tuesday, the 16th, okay, at this same time, Tuesday the 16th, 333, in order to get into the variable introduction. Now, if you want to jump right into the mastermind, I'm going to set you up with a one-on-one session with me this week. You also get opportunities you'll see to work with Davidian. You'll see when you look on the mastermind link. So it's really, really a powerful experience, and I hope that you guys are curious about it. So if you have further questions, email us at support. So next week on Tuesday, the introduction to variable, I'm going through the arrows, I'm going through your charts, I'm going through all the stuff. And it's going to be so fun and so powerful. All of you in the mastermind, you're welcome to that introduction. It's part of the mastermind. Okay? I love you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys all next week, Tuesday at 333. For those of you who comment yes, I will get you the link. Anyone who opted in, I will get you the link, and if you went ahead and purchased the mastermind, then I will set up your one-on-one session with me this week. I love you guys.